What's up, guys? Cool guy here. Today we are going to talk about ordering real numbers. So we're going to get to it right away. Ordering real numbers. Before we solve it, let's talk about a couple or a few steps. First step is you need to convert each number into decimal form. Or some might say money form. Okay. Step number 2. You notice it's kind of awkward that when it comes to ordering real numbers, you see this grid. I will tell you why. After converting each value into decimal form, you are going to insert each numbers per place value. Again, place value. Expectation, guys. You should have learned place value back in 3rd or 4th grade. I taught 4th grade math before, and we did cover place value during that time. And when it comes to converting numbers into decimal, do not guess on converting it. Use a calculator. There are multiple calculators that you guys can use out there. Use TI-84 or TI Nspire. That is here in Texas. So I don't know what kind of calculators you guys use in other states or other cities, but here in Texas, we use TI-84s and TI Nspires. So comment below, what kind of calculators do you guys use? Okay. All right, let's move on. I will give you some numbers. Pi over 2. Let's do 3/4. Let's do 1.7. And let's do 56%. We need to convert these numbers into decimal form. Pi over 2 is 1.57. Okay, next, 3 over 4, 1.7. Do we have to convert 1.7? No, we don't. It is already a decimal number, so no need to convert on that one. Next, 56%. Okay, I know I said use a calculator when it comes to converting numbers. However, 7th grade math did not or cannot use calculators here in Texas. We started using calculators in Texas during 8th grade. So when it comes to conversion, again, let's clarify that. So 3 over 4 is a fraction, so that means it is division. Pi over 2 is also a fraction, so that is division. Now you have 56%. Is this in decimal form? No, it's not, because you have the percentage sign. Does everybody remember or know how to convert 56% into decimal? If we do not, let's work on it. Now, if I give you 56%, where is the decimal here at 56%? 56% decimal is at the very end of 6. If it is giving you a percentage, you move your decimal point twice to the left. 1, 2, and you have your new decimal point right there. By the way, guys, all jokes aside, please learn what left and right is. Okay? Please learn what is left, learn what is right. Until today, I see students or even adults using the L shape on their hand, figuring out what left and right is. Guys, please, left, right, left, right. Okay? All right. Please learn how to figure out what left and right is. Alright? Dope. Now, we have done step number 1 in converting numbers into decimal form. Next, we are now going to insert numbers per place value. This grid will definitely help. First, insert your decimal point. The decimal points need to be aligned. If I want to put the decimal point right here, where's the decimal point for the next one? Right here. Where's the decimal point for the next one? Right here. Where's the decimal point for the next one? Right here. Decimal points need to be aligned. So, time for us to insert the numbers per place value. Pi over 2 is 1.57. 1 is in your ones place. And then decimal, 5 is in your tenths place. And 7 is in your hundredths place. 0.75. Do you have a number on the ones place? No, we don't. Next, we got your decimal point. Next is your 7. Next, you have your 5. Now, my preference is if you do not have a value on a given place value, I prefer the students to put a 0 in there. Next, 1.7. You have 1.7. If you look at the hundreds place, there are values in the hundreds place. 1.7 does not. So put a 0. I hope that helps. Next, 0.56. Do you have a ones place? No, you don't. Tens place is 5. Hundreds place is 6. Do you have a value on the ones place on this one? 0. So now we are going to list this in order. It depends on what the teacher will be asking for. Let's erase this. Oops. It depends on what the teacher is asking for. Can it be least to greatest? Yep. Can it be greatest to least? Yep. Can it be plug in the value in each spot? Yep. So how do we solve this? We are going from left to right. What is left to right? Let's talk about it. Left to right. Oops, man, that's a horrible line. All right. First place value right here. You have 1, you have 0, you have 1, you have 0. If I ask you between 1, 0, 1, 0, what is the least value between 1, 0 and 1, 0? Answer is what? 0. Okay? You have 2 zeros right here. We go to the next place value, which is your tenths place. So now we can compare on the tenths place of these 2 zeros. Between these two, 0.75 and 0.56, which is the lesser value? The lesser value between 5 and 7 is 5. Okay? So what is your least number? Originally, it is 56%. Okay? After that, I tell the students to cross that out because we do not need that anymore. Hopefully that helps. Now, next, what is the next number? Let's go back to the first place value. What is your least value between 1, 0, and 1? Answer is 0. 0 is the least value. What is next? 3/4. 3/4 is next. All right. 75.75 is done. Cross that out. Next, you only have two values next. Pi over 2 and 1.7. So between both numbers, what is the lesser value? 1 or 1? Both are the same. So if both are the same, move to the next place value. Which is the lesser value between 5 and 7? Answer is 5. So what is the next value when it comes to ordering numbers? It is pi over 2. Cross that out. And now the highest value is 1.7. Got it? Okay, let's do another one. Next, negative 2.5. Next, let's do negative 1/2. Next, let's do square roots of 32. And last, let's do negative 2.05. These numbers now have negative values. But what is the first step again? Convert each number into decimal form. Let's put your decimal points. Do I need to convert negative 2.5 to decimal? You do not. It's already in decimal form. Insert each number per place value. Negative 2.5. First is negative 2, negative 5. The whole value is negative, so that means that 5 in the tens place is also negative. The whole value is negative, that means all numbers will be negative, except for 0. Next, negative 1/2 is negative 0.5. So that will be, again, if you do not have any value on a place value, put a 0, and then negative 5. Square root of 32. Use your calculator. 5.7. 5.7. Next is negative 2.05. No need to convert it. So that is negative 2. Again, I said earlier, can zeros be negative? No, they cannot. So that will be 0. After that is negative 5. And what do you notice? You have 3 place values that do not have any numbers on it. So that means let us put zeros on those. First, let's look at the ones place between negative 2, 0, 5, and negative 2. Which is the least value between negative 2, 0, 5, negative 2? Answer is negative 2. How many negative 2's do you have? You have 2 negative 2's. Now let's move on to the next place value. Let's compare between negative 2.5 and negative 2.05. Which is a lesser number, negative 5 or 0? Answer is negative 5. So what is our first number on least? It is negative 2.5. Cross that out. Done. Let's go back to the first place value. Between 0, 5, and negative 2, which is the least value? Negative 2. All right. What is our next value? Negative 2.05. Cross that out. We don't need that anymore. Back to the first place value. We have 0 and 5 left. Which is the lesser value? 0 or 5? 0 or 5? The lesser value is 0. So what is your next value? It is negative 1/2. And the last value is square root of 32. All right, your turn. Let me give you some numbers and I want you guys to solve it. Pause the video and I want you guys to solve. Ready? Go. First off, let's put in decimal points. Pi, 3.14. Let's round that up. 10 divided by 4, 2.5. Now you notice 3.14 has a value on the hundredths place, and 2.5, let's put a value on the hundredths place, quote unquote, let's put a 0. Square root of 16, 4. Now you have missing values right here. You're going to put zeros right there. And last, negative 2.5, that is going to be negative 2.5. Okay. First place value out of all these numbers, 3, 2, 4, and negative 2. Which is the least? Answer is negative 2. So our first value is negative 2.5. Cross that out. We're done with it. Next, back to the first place value. 3, 2, 4. Which is the least between 3, 2, and 4? It is 2. So the next number will be 10 over 4. Cross that out. We're done with that. Next, back to the first place value. 3 and 4, which is the lesser value. It is 3. So our next number is pi. Cross that out. And we are last with 4. In original form is square root of 16. All right. Hope that helps. Y'all got this. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next lesson. And as always, Mr. Cool Guy, signing off.
1, 2.
Insert each number per.